Hey everybody, it's Ethan from the show you're currently watching. We recorded some video for this podcast. However, it turned out to be complete and total crap, and it's basically just us in a sea of white static. So we figured we'd spare you guys from the pain of having to watch that. Keep in mind that we do talk about some things that are, hard to understand without the video being there. But regardless, we hope you enjoy. Thanks.
Morgan Freeman, Morgan Freeman, Morgan Freeman, Morgan Freeman, Morgan Freeman, Morgan Freeman, Morgan Freeman.
Welcome to the Josh and Ethan Show, everybody.
Hi,
I'm Josh.
I'm Ethan, and that was Morgan Freeman.
Yeah, Morgan Freeman, Morgan Freeman,
Morgan Freeman.
Morgan Freeman.
Morgan Freeman, Morgan Freeman.
We apologize for being 1 week late on our next episode. I was in Texas for a wedding. And if you live in Texas, do I have some news for you? There's nothing where you live at all, with the exception of Austin, Houston, what are some other? El Paso, isn't that in Texas?
Yeah.
And just some other big cities. But in between those big cities, there's nothing except little villages with barbecue places,
Good to know.
which are good.
I'm sure all of our listeners in Texas have just shut us off by now.
Yeah.
And have cursed your name.
Who needs them anyway?
Yeah,
From
totally.
Texas.
Except for Austin. Austin's cool.
Austin's cool. I went to the Ferrari dealership in Austin.
Did you? Was
I
it?
did.
Was it fun?
It was beautiful. I couldn't afford anything in that place, not even the T-shirts.
Well, obviously.
The T-shirts were $40 a piece.
As you can see here, or if you can't see because you're listening on SoundCloud, but if you're on YouTube, I am drinking coffee out of my wonderful rock, paper, scissors, lizard, Spock coffee mug here.
We love Big Bang.
Well, let's not go that far.
Old Big Bang.
I love old Big Bang. Anyways, I think we talked about that in the very first
Yeah.
episode about the state of sitcoms
Yeah.
in America.
And how downhill they're going.
Anyways, something you learned today, by the way, that I wanted to mention. I want to ask you, Josh, at what age did you learn that duct tape is actually duct tape and not?
18, like an hour ago, when you told me. Because for the longest time, I always thought duct tape was duck, as in quack, D-U-C-K. But apparently, that is just a brand of duct, D-U-C-T, tape.
Yeah.
Which I had no idea. Yeah. I mean, it was a mind blow.
Blowing your mind
Speaking of other
every day.
things blowing your
Yours
mind.
too, audience. How many
Oh.
people do you think don't know that?
Yeah.
I'd say half of the
everyone who just
population.
heard it,
half of the population,
Yeah.
I think, is
probably.
duct tape instead of duct tape.
Well, you see, I mean, I had no idea. I always just thought it was duct tape. I never thought about it, why it was called duct tape.
You're just like, oh yeah, that's just
Yeah,
a thing.
It's duct tape,
It's made from ducks.
Yeah.
It's not though.
probably. You don't know. What's duct tape made out of then?
Horse, glue, the
The
old Kentucky Derby winner.
Yeah. Once they just reach that age where they're no good for breeding anymore, it's
Yeah.
just off to the glue factory.
So we are currently doing a 2-camera setup here. Because why don't you explain?
Well, whenever we were shooting the Jurassic Park episode, which you should go over and watch,
Because it's amazing. It's our best podcast yet.
yeah,
It's
because we had
54 minutes long. But
guest
hey,
star with Todd Perkins.
Mr. Todd Perkins, who is
Yeah.
amazing as always.
Yeah, but anyways, we started off that broadcast with a Canon T3i, Canon Rebel, but it ended up stopping like 8 minutes in. So
we had to redo everything.
we changed some settings on the camera, and we're gonna see if we can fix it. If not, you're gonna be watching this as recorded off of my GoPro.
And hopefully it won't be as terrible a quality as it was last time.
yeah, it was really grainy. in case you
Lighting
didn't
was
notice.
off. Anyways, we didn't do a lot of pre-show work that day.
Yeah.
Because like the camera shut off and we were like,
Yeah, so we had to start over.
So
But
we had to
anyways.
redo 8 minutes of golden comedy, which might I add was way better than anything that
Yeah,
actually made it into the final cut.
we're always the funniest when you don't see us.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We need an audience. I've said this before. Like when it's just us, it gets really philosophical really quickly.
Yeah.
We try not to do that here because we can get into topics that would start flame wars with
Yeah.
people.
All 50 people who watch this, if that.
All 10 regulars
Yeah.
and the 50 who watched our first
Yeah.
one. I love, by the way, that our first podcast had like 50, 60 views and then a steep decline to 12.
Yeah.
It was just like people checking out and they're like, this sucks. These
Yeah.
guys are idiots.
They're like, oh, they're terrible.
What are these assholes, man?
But still, those 10 people, we love you.
Hey, we're looking at you.
Yeah.
Not you're looking at us.
Yeah.
We
We
can't-
can't see you. Or can we?
For those of you listening, we just looked into the camera
Yeah.
knowingly.
Get with the program, people who are on SoundCloud. I understand if you're driving and you don't want to watch the video, but you know.
Also, the video quality sometimes sucks. It's not
Yeah.
our fault.
Yeah.
Last time, the audio cut out halfway through.
Yeah, we have.
Where-
Did you ever relink the video?
No. Oh well, who cares?
Well, our last Jurassic World podcast is available on YouTube as well as SoundCloud.
Yeah,
You just have to go to our channel to see it.
that's
because
enough
it's-
self-plugging. Okay.
It's not linked. Self-plugging.
We ain't no hoa. Okay.
Not until we get paid.
No, and then we're just whoring out
Yeah,
all the time,
Yeah.
every day.
I'll get contracts with every YouTube star ever and just have plug this, plug it.
Buy some coffee.
Yeah, buy
From-
coffee. Coffee.
Where the hell this place is from?
Not Starbucks. Stay away from Starbucks. They don't.
We talk about how much I hate Starbucks
Yeah, we
coffee.
can talk about that.
Starbucks toffee? No, not toffee.
Toffee.
They don't sell
Have-
toffee.
Ah.
Starbucks, do they? I don't know.
They've
Starbucks
served
coffee,
before.
like just the coffee by
Mm.
itself, it tastes like something the devil would shit out.
Oh, That's not
Excuse me for getting that descriptive, but I just want to let people know, maybe people who aren't in America who don't know what Starbucks is. You know,
good.
that one.
Isn't Starbucks global now?
I don't know that one guy in Nepal
He just
and-
doesn't get
like,
it.
who lives on Mount Everest.
If technology keeps going the way it is, eventually there's going to be like a Starbucks at the top of Everest. It's like, congratulations, you made it to the peak. Here's your free frappuccino.
Woo! Caramel frap.
Yeah, caramel frap on top of the world.
But really,
oh
Starbucks
dear,
coffee-
The GoPro is leaning quite horribly. It looks like it's gonna fall off.
I'm gonna go fix that.
Pardon the brief delay if this is the video that ends up being used. We're having a little bit of a technical issue, but we're not gonna stop. We're gonna keep going.
Hi, Mom.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the thing in the GoPro. We have a monitor over at the side, and it's delayed, right? There's like about a 15-second delayed. So I just saw my hand just in front. So I apologize for that. I didn't realize I was that much of an obstruction. I can't talk.
It's okay.
Jesus. When I have one cup of coffee, it's just all of a sudden boom, slurs.
Was it like
Speaking of
Irish coffee?
slurring,
or-
I don't know, maybe. Speaking of slurring, I went to the dentist the other day, and I want to mention this because the one thing I hate about the dentist, right, is the
the one
needless-
thing.
No, there's only really one thing I,
I
hate
hate
about
the dentist.
the dentist. I like, okay? I enjoy getting my teeth cleaned. It's a nice, relaxing thing. The thing I can't stand, though, is the needless small talk. And I'm gonna give a shout out to my dentist, who I don't know the name of the practice, but whatever. No needless small talk. It was just open, close, open, close, open, close. You're done. And I'm like, thank you.
The
there's-
dentist or the hygienist?
No, the person who actually cleans
Yeah,
the teeth.
the hygienist.
Well, both of them. Both of them were like, any problems? I'm like, nah. Okay, cool. And then just 10
Goodbye.
minutes of teeth cleaning. And I was like, thank you. No, how's your summer? It's good. I can't get like, there's none of that.
And then you look at the bib and there's blood, and you're like,
That's the
wow,
scariest part. You're just like, that came out of me? Out of my mouth?
What happened?
Anyway.
But they don't say anything about it. It's just like normal to them. They're like used to
One
scraping
day-
people's blood.
One day, I'm going to look down. It's just going to be the entire thing that was blue is going to be red.
Yeah.
Be like, when did this happen? It's like, oh, when we put you out.
Yeah,
you
we
put
cut a
me out.
vein.
You
You
put
don't
me under
remember that?
anesthesia. Oh, speaking of anesthesia, I was reading the story the other day about a guy who went in to get a colonoscopy, and he left his phone on record, like the audio recording thing, and he recorded the entire thing because he was kind of wary of his doctors, and they were shit talking him the entire time.
Oh no.
Like, who's this asshole, man? Man, what a pussy, things like that. And he sued them and won a case for $50,000 up front and $200,000 in malpractice.
Jesus.
Because I'm gonna start recording everything my doctors say,
Never talk
looking
shit
at you, doctors who may perform surgery on me in the future.
and talk shit.
Yeah, man. You have to
Be
remember the
nice.
entire world is digital now. There's cameras and microphones everywhere. Like,
Everybody
whatever
knows
you say,
everything
yeah. Like, we are exposing ourselves right now, not in that way.
to the
Unless you
world.
want to.
I mean,
But
we're gonna have to go to like a pay-per-view service.
yeah,
Like we'll have a link. In the
HBO.
corner. Yeah.
come watch us on HBO. We'll get freaky. Not like
Wouldn't that be awesome if HBO called us and they were like, "Hey guys,
we love your show.
yeah, we got a spot for you."
One thing, you got to pull your dicks out. I'm sorry. I don't usually get that raunchy, but whatever.
But we're crawling for views here, people. Tell your friends.
Yeah, man.
We're funny. Tell we're funny. It's okay. This is more for us than for you, but we're glad you came along for the ride.
Again, stop with the self-plugging, my friend. Come on.
That wasn't a
It's
plug.
a super plug.
I said we're here for us.
I know.
We don't care about you. But we do. We love our fans.
10 of them.
Yeah, all 10 of you.
I would love though for this to take off, right?
Oh, yeah.
In like 5 years' time, somebody goes and watches the first podcast and just sees how crappy we are,
Yeah.
and like, well, either these guys have evolved or like have
Yeah.
not changed at all.
Yeah, it's all the same.
It's all the exact same crap over and over and over again. That's insanity, by the way. That's the definition of insanity.
Doing the same crap over and over again.
Yeah.
So, like, the whole world that wakes up, goes to work, and then comes home every week is insane.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
You're all crazy. So are we. Actually, we're not, 'cause we're kids on summer. Well, college kids on summer.
Are you a kid? Do you consider yourself a kid still?
Yeah. See, whenever I have to pay taxes on my income, I say no. But whenever I'm sitting at home watching SpongeBob,
You're like, yeah,
I'm
totally.
like, yeah, I'm kind of a... Well, because you see, you don't want to let go of your childhood. And
Yeah.
if your childhood just pops up on the TV, you're not going to be like, oh, no, I'm a grown man.
Recent SpongeBob though, kind of lacking. I'm gonna admit, recent SpongeBob.
Okay, that's
like
fine.
maybe around 2008 is when it started to decline.
Well, because they just ran out of ideas.
Yeah.
They had to start getting thirsty. It's like the Fairly Odd Parents when they had to have the baby.
Yeah. the
Did you see the new one?
I haven't, no.
It's
Terrible?
weird.
Weird?
It wasn't very good.
Okay.
But it was weird.
But yeah, I you know, you ever have days where you're like, you wake up and you're like, I'm 12, and then other days you wake up and you're like, I'm 87.
Yeah. I'm too old for
Same
this.
thing happens where I'm like, it's the same thing where I'll wake up and I'll go, wow, isn't it such a great time to be alive? I love everybody. Everybody's doing a great job. Sure, we got a few bad eggs, but overall, humanity, you're doing good. You're doing a good job, and you're awesome, and I love you.
Then you turn
and
on
then
the
you
news.
and you no, and then you wake up the next day and you're just like,
The
I
world is
hate
terrible.
everyone and everything, go die. And that's there's no in between for me.
It's just
It's
all
just
the way. We just lost the DSLR.
we just did. Oh man, that means you're gonna have to watch the
The GoPro.
the GoPro video where I have to fix the thing in the middle of the 8th minute, I think is what it
Yeah.
was.
Or do we turn the DSLR back on and just pick back up?
I don't know. We'll figure these things out later.
Okay.
Anyways, but what was I talking about? Yeah, you wake up and you're just like, I hate everybody and everything, and I want you to die a horrible death. And then you go back to bed and you're like, the next day, oh, everything's great.
Yeah.
That may be bipolar disorder, or it may just be,
Just being normal.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to make fun of
No
bipolar disorder.
disrespect.
no disrespect.
Unless we're talking to the happy side of you.
Yeah, and then hey,
I'm just
welcome
kidding.
aboard.
It's a really go get help. It's a
Um,
it's a debilitating disorder.
Yeah.
But we're not here to be sad.
we're here to be happy. We're here to be the other when you wake up and you're like, yay, not the.
Whenever you're in a good mood.
But for me, there's no in between. Like it's not, there's no 50%.
You're
It's
either on or off.
100
Yeah.
one way or 100 the other. Like, and I'm feeling pretty chipper today.
You
but
don't
some
have a
days,
dimmer switch. It's just
No.
on or off.
No, I mean, I guess some days I'm just kind of like, whatever. But still, deep down, I'm either cheerful or really pessimistic.
Well, see, I have those days, but to me, I fall in the medium most of the time when I'm in school
Mhm.
because then it's just like the same deal every day. You go, you sit, you listen, and everything's just kind of neutral. It's more on the days that I have off that I'm not doing anything that I'm either really happy or super sad.
Yeah.
Maybe not even sad, just angry.
Just
Just teen angst everywhere.
I forgot what I was gonna say about that whole situation.
Which situation? Being happy and sad?
Well, not happy and sad. Just I think our generation is very pessimistic. Honestly,
You think so?
I really do. I think our generation is probably the most pessimistic. That's well, not. I can't say that for sure. The guys in the Middle Ages were probably pretty sad all
Well,
the time.
That's because everything was sad.
Unless
Unless you were super rich, and even then, you could die of like
that's not entirely true.
dysentery.
As a history
Oh,
buff
you
over
tell
here,
me.
the Middle Ages were actually not the darkest period of time. They were actually there were advancements in
Well, yeah, but
various
the
aspects
plague.
of life. Well, yeah. Blame the Mongols for that.
You and your dumb rats. Well, fleas, actually. But
And your leader knocking up half the world.
yeah,
What's the statistic
I think
again?
it's like 1 in 10.
1 in 10 Asian people are directly related to Genghis Khan.
Yeah, it's kind of scary.
We have some Asian friends who
Yeah.
may or may not have Khan blood in them.
Could you imagine
Khan!
how they were riding around on a horse and with a bow
With a bow, just shooting people in the
in
back.
high heels, of course,
Oh yeah, totally.
without
Those giant high heels.
without fail. Yeah.
Okay, high heels. Sorry, don't mean to change topic. That's the one thing. Going back to Jurassic Park, I was rewatching some stuff about Jurassic Park, and I realized that the heels she's wearing, the Bryce Dallas Howard
Mhm.
character. This isn't
Yeah.
any spoilers, by the way. It's not, So if you can continue watching if you haven't seen the movie.
Which you should go see the movie.
Yeah, it's a good movie. They're like toothpicks, right? And she's running the entire time,
Ah.
and like,
Well, hold on though, because Chris Pratt went on some show and ran around in high heels and proved it was possible.
did he?
Yeah.
When? Recently?
Yeah, it was a talk show. I don't remember which one.
Okay. Well, I'm not saying it's not possible, but those things are gonna get stuck in the mud.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Can you tell we've had coffee?
Probably.
I'm
It's
talking
probably a little bit of a different tone than it typically is.
more fast.
Yeah.
Faster.
I'm bummed out that the DSLR went out.
Yeah, me too. That's I can promise you guys that the DSLR video is just way way better than the
Yeah.
GoPro video. But
We'll figure out our stuff one day.
we don't have money
Yeah, that.
to acquire the necessary tools to make this better right now.
Yeah.
But we're
Well,
going to.
maybe. I don't know. We're gonna have to. If anyone has any ideas of how to make a DSLR better for this,
Hey, hit us up.
yeah, leave a comment.
Um,
Send us a personal message.
I would love for people to start commenting on these
Yeah.
things, honestly.
Except Ashant.
Yeah, Sean, go screw yourself.
Yeah, we know what you said. We saw it. We didn't respond. Don't be that guy.
What do you say?
Gay.
Just large letters and
Yeah.
strung out? Okay, yeah.
Basically.
Come on, man.
How come he did a video on cotton balls and nail polish and fireballs, and they got like thousands and thousands of views, but we have intellectual conversations.
It's because the people who put heart and soul into their stuff always get the short end of the stick.
So
Like,
we should
you want to
just-
make money on YouTube, you want to do something, let's go get like an Xbox One, okay, and get a face cam and start doing gameplay videos.
Yeah,
that's-
reactions.
Yeah, honestly.
Let's do it.
But no, I have integrity.
We're gonna hang this up.
I have integrity, okay?
Well,
I don't know what this is.
Maybe we should have our podcast channel and then like a bit channel where we do 3-minute videos that are funny.
More people would watch that.
Yeah, exactly. And then we could feed and shoot people this way.
Yeah, man.
But then they're gonna be like, oh god.
Yeah. I think our biggest problem right now is that our podcast doesn't have a topic. Like, we don't do something. Originally, the idea was off topic because we change topics really quickly. Like, we'll talk about 5 minutes one thing.
It's hard to do tags that way though.
It is. But, I feel like we should start doing this show. And like I said, I think I said this before, another show during the week that's one topic. Like we did with Jurassic Park. I love to do movie reviews, game reviews, things like that. Even, hell, book reviews. You're not a big reader. I am. Well, I don't know. Do you read?
Not anymore. I used to
Really?
read a lot more.
I'm-
Well, it's like my favorite novel is Jurassic Park, but that's
Yeah.
a different topic.
I'm gonna feel sad for admitting this, but like I'm the kind of guy who will read a book and then stop like after 3/4 of the way there. You know what I mean?
Why?
I don't know, because I get distracted and then I just never come back. And by the time I come back to the book, like,
You forgot the first 3/4.
yeah, so I have to read it again. I've genuinely probably only finished 10 books in my lifetime, like actual like paperback.
What Game of Thrones?
The 4 Game of Thrones books I've read, 3 Lord of the Rings, Hobbit, The Things They Carried, and what's the one about the guy going down the river? Apocalypse Now. Heart of Darkness. Is that
Yeah.
considered a novel though? It's a
Yeah, Heart of
novelette.
Darkness
It's
is
only
a
like
nov-
it's only like 90, 100 pages though. But I finished that. I'm
Counts.
probably underestimating myself. I've probably read more. But like
those
Harry,
are just
for
the
instance,
ones.
the whole Harry Potter thing. I never read a single Harry Potter book.
Well,
Because
there's movies. There's no reason
exactly.
to.
But same thing with Game of Thrones. There's Game of Thrones show, but I still read the books because they're vastly different. They weren't first season of the show, and the books were the closest to being identical.
What if the next show season is probably going to come out before the next book?
I don't know about that. I read some stuff about George R. R. Martin,
Is he going to
or as I like to call him, Gur Martin.
Grr.
Um,
Grr, I'll kill everything you love. Grr.
what he's doing is he said he's focusing a lot on the new book, and he's been writing it for the past. When did the last one come out? 2010. I don't know. He's been writing for like 4 or 5 years. And basically, he said he's gonna kind of not be as involved with the show as he used to be. Like he used to write a season, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's not going to do that because he says that takes like 3 weeks out of his actual
Jeez.
out of his book writing time. So instead, he's going to take that 3 weeks and put it into the new book. And people have said that the new one might come out around spring next year. So
So like right before.
right before or right around the time the new season comes out. But the Game of Thrones, the show, not A Song of Fire and Ice, has become a separate entity almost than the books.
Well, they're gonna have the same ending, right?
Yeah, I think it's gonna. And the end goal is the same because he's told the writers of the show. I think the ending, and other major plot points.
Yeah, wouldn't that be funny if like it's just totally different, but they have the same exact ending?
that would. I don't know. I'm not as angry about that as some other fans are because to me it's like I have two Game of Thrones to enjoy, or two A Song
Alternate
of Fire
universes.
and Ice. Yeah, I have two different stories with the same characters that are very similar but not entirely the same to enjoy. One in my head and one on the screen. And I like that.
Do you fill in the characters with the ones from the show?
Well, yes, because I started watching the show before I read the books. It was actually I bought the first season because I didn't see the first season live, right? I bought the first season, and I watched it basically in 2 days, right? I marathoned it, and then I bought the first book, and I was like, yeah, I need to read this. So to me, the characters, even though the descriptions are not always the same, I can't help but think about
You still see Peter Dinklage.
and Kit Harington in those roles. We're not going to talk about spoilers from Game of Thrones. We should have a Game of Thrones thing, but it's been already 2 weeks since it's.
We still can do it.
Yeah, we should.
We're gonna talk about the future of Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
Well, its current future,
it's current,
which is dark.
very, very dark
That's
and
the
full of
furthest
spoilers.
spoiler. Yeah. The night is dark and full of spoilers.
There are spoilers everywhere on the internet.
Oh yeah.
Like you can't you have to basically
Isolate yourself.
if you want to enjoy something, don't go on the internet for at least 2 days. You
I
know?
liked the College Humor
before.
article though. That was like episode 11 of Game of Thrones.
I didn't see that.
I sent it to you. You laughed.
No, that was a comic about the episode 10.
No.
Oh. Sometimes I read your text and I just reply ha 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 when
You
I
jerk. You don't actually read the articles I send you.
I'm busy, man.
It was about the
got
11th
things to
episode,
do.
and it went back and corrected everything that went wrong in the 10th episode.
I didn't see that. I saw I'll look back. I
Son
promise
of
you.
a bitch.
But I will. Hey, my mom's a nice lady.
I love your mom.
Okay. Hi Ma.
Ma.
That's 2 shout-outs to Ma. But I saw the thing you sent me with the comics and stuff. That was funny. Yeah. I want to throw back real quick
Okay.
to the beginning of the episode where
Okay.
we did the Morgan Freeman thing. That is from a guy named Zay Frank from YouTube, who is one of the kind of the original vlog guys. He started back in I want to say 07 when YouTube first started.
Mhm.
And he has this series of videos which I implore you to watch called True Facts About Animals, and it's some of the funniest crap I've seen on the internet in a very long time. I just
Ever.
want you to know that. So when you go home, or for you people at home, please go watch that. Anyways,
We are down to 7 minutes already. That went by kind of fast.
yeah. I mean, I could do this for hours. You know
but
that.
y'all don't want to listen for hours.
We've had multiple complaints like why you guys
Yeah,
Make it
why is
shorter.
so long.
it's long because
Because we have
We-
a lot to talk about.
yeah, and we enjoy each other's company and we enjoy
Yeah.
your company. And I'm looking at the camera right now and it's really tilted.
Yeah, it is super tilted. We apologize for this week's video quality,
Yeah.
but
Want
unless
me to
you
try
wanna,
and fix it?
yeah, you
Okay.
can go ahead for the last 7 minutes.
Entertain them while I'm getting up out of my seat.
I guess this is going to be time for Josh's social society court. I'm without you. I'm failing. This is going to be time for Josh's weekly update on the social issues of the world. Donald Trump announced his candidacy for the Republican Party nomination, which he's not going to get. I think we can all pretty much agree on that.
Hey, I'm
'Cause
back.
Donald Trump is more of a celebrity than a businessman,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
Well,
and
he's a
celebrities-
businessman first,
Well, yeah,
and then
but
hold on.
he's a
Can
personality.
I do my Trump? Hold on.
Yeah.
For those of you listening, I am fixing my hair to I don't have long enough hair, but that's the Trump.
Yeah.
Okay.
Basically, just shake your head and push it all forward, and
Yeah.
you did it.
It looks like a wet weasel. You know what I mean?
It's pretty bad.
You remember? Did you ever watch Ghostbusters 2?
Yes.
Okay. Remember when the slime got on that lady and she was wearing the fur coat
Yes.
and they all came alive? That's what I feel like what would happen to his hair if that event were to really
I could
happen in New
believe it.
York. Yeah, Republican candidates.
Yeah.
Woo! I am not.
It's not looking good.
I do not. You're still really out of frame. I don't care. Whatever.
It
I
doesn't
don't.
matter. No one cares.
No one watches these. Because except for Miss Thornberry.
Yeah.
Hi.
Shout out.
You probably waited all this time to
Just for that
shout out. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, Republican.
The Republican candidate.
There's like 18 of them, right?
Yeah.
There's, I don't know the real number. I'm just making crap up.
There's a bunch of them.
And there's 2 or so Democratic
Hillary
candidates.
and
this other guy.
which Hillary shouldn't win either.
That's your opinion.
We should win.
We should win. We should run
We're
for president.
announcing our candidacy as oh wait, don't you have to be 40 to run for president?
It has to be 36.
36?
Yeah.
If you add our ages together, we're older than 46.
Yeah, man.
Or
We
36.
can combine to be one person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're 37 if you add our ages together.
Hey, man.
We are more than qualified.
Yeah.
We'll be joint presidents instead of president and vice president. That way,
It'll be like
balance
that
each other
thing
out.
in those in like the TV, not
the
this-
TV,
where the
television.
where like 2 like 12-year-olds get on top
Yeah.
and then put a trench coat on. That'll be us. Yeah.
What's our name gonna be? Ethosh
Ethosh Marshgreer.
Marshgreer. Ethosh Marshgreer for president.
Who's our vice president?
Well, Ashant's not a citizen.
No. We shouldn't say that. We can't say that.
Ashant's a citizen. No, but
We don't have an illegal immigrant friend.
no.
That's not
No,
one of the
no,
things
no,
that we
no,
have.
no. He's not here on an expired visa. But he's not. Ashant.
He's not.
I've read what Ashant is, and it's weird. And the government should apologize for what they're doing to that poor boy. Ashant's more American than half the people I know.
He's more American than me.
Yeah,
That's for sure.
yeah. It's really sad, but we won't get into that. It's depressing. All you need to know is that you need to vote on immigrant reform.
On the days that we wake up and we feel sad, that's when we'll tackle
Yeah.
that topic. But today we feel happy and full of coffee. But anyways, who would be our running mate? Let's
Heather
see.
would probably be a good vice
I'm-
president.
Don't think about just friends.
Oh,
Think about celebrities. Kanye? You want Kanye?
No, I don't want
I'd-
Kanye. But I just think it would be funny to see him in a position of actual power. I'm
No.
the best artist there ever was.
I'm the best vice president in the world. I am God.
I'm the greatest vice president of our generation.
Jesus.
Yeah, Jesus. Jesus for president.
No. I would move. Like, I would just go to Europe if that were to ever happen.
Even Europe's not safe.
You know every country has their Kanye.
Do they?
Yeah. Like,
What's Germany's Kanye?
I don't know, man. I remember reading about this French guy who's tatted up and wears like chains and like he never wears a shirt or whatever. And he's a rapper, air quotes. I
Can you
haven't
rap in French? Is that Eiffel Tower, croissant?
just in the robot voice.
Yeah.
Eiffel Tower. But yeah, and it was something. I keep saying, did I say article? It wasn't an article. It was a comment online by somebody. I don't know.
Hey, it's all the same.
It's all the same, yeah. What's it called? Public journalism or when the people do all the
Oh yeah.
whatever.
There's a word. I don't remember.
There's a
that.
word for it.
Yeah.
We need a thesaurus.
There's a word for everything.
A thesaurus. I can't say thesaurus.
A thesaurus.
Thesaurus. There we go.
Thesaurus.
A thesaurus.
Thesaurus. Thesaurus. Brought to you by English Majors of America. Just kidding. He's a history major.
Yeah, which is arguably worse.
No, it's not.
I'm kidding. I don't know.
It's okay.
I know. Both my parents are English majors. English majors rock. History
Don't they
majors
have
rock.
like?
Everybody
don't they have to
rocks.
have to
I
teach-
love you all.
Don't they have to have like a minor in like education, or not a minor, but they have to
No.
take classes in education to teach?
Actually, my mom has a political science major as her bachelor's with a minor in history, and then an English major in for a master's. No
Oh.
education at all.
That's weird.
Yeah, my dad is an education thing, and she's been teaching.
Well, your dad also wasn't just a teacher. He was
He
something else, wasn't
faculty. He did principal stuff.
Yeah.
Anyways, back to
he was
Kanye.
VP at my high school before I went there.
Kanye
Yeah,
for president
Kanye for vice president.
or for vice president. I don't want him in that much power.
So like secretary.
Yeah. That would destroy our nation, I think. Like, just our integrity would go out the wall. And
Just because of Kanye. Well, we wouldn't get elected because they would be like, oh, who are they going to appoint as secretary? Oh, Kanye. Oh.
Who'd be vice president? His baby?
Yeah.
His baby?
Northwest.
Northwest?
Holla.
They should have 4 children and name them all
Yeah.
Southwest, East West, and then West West.
Yeah. West.
True West. What am I talking about?
I don't know, but we're down to our last minute.
I don't care. We'll go a little over. It's
A
fine.
little over today.
Um,
What other social issues? We could talk about the Confederate flag, but we're not going to.
because we live in Georgia and I don't want to get shot.
Yeah, and
Hi, everybody.
we have kind of differing views on that, but I won't go too far into it.
It's not. We have our political thing
Do you
is
think
actually
the flag should be taken down
from where?
from the South Carolina government building?
Yes.
Okay, there we go. But different. I don't think so.
But do I think you should have the right to fly it? Sure.
Oh, damn right.
Damn right. Yeah.
I thought about getting like a little Confederate flag sticker and putting it on my back window, but then I realized two things. One, I don't want someone to like key my car,
Because that will happen.
and two, I don't want that on the back of my BMW. It already pains me to have my school sticker on the back of it. I don't like. I feel
Oh,
like stickers.
Look
mess
at
up,
you.
They mess up the art of the car.
I have a sticker on my BMW and it really upsets me because I need it to park. First world problems, my friend.
It is a
There are
first world
children
problem.
starving in Darfur. Okay? Darfur. Whatever.
Hey, I invite you to come hang out at my house if you're a child starving. If you can afford a plane ticket, come on down. I'll take care of you for a week.
Jesus Christ, Josh.
What? I mean, it's an open invitation. If I had someone from like some third world country knock on my door and say, "You promised you would take care of me for a week,"
You'd honor that promise?
yeah,
All right.
I'll handle you for a week. Then
What
you
if
gotta
he-
get out.
Oh God.
Because I haven't given them my address. But if they can find me,
That's worth it right there.
Yeah.
If they can find you, then
I'll
hey.
take care of you for a week. I
Yeah.
won't pay you to fly you back, and
That's- well-
I won't sponsor your citizenship or whatever. But if you need a place to crash for a week, okay, that's fine.
Anybody,
Anybody.
literally anybody.
As long as you're not like a convicted felon of a serious charge.
Okay.
If you stole a car, I'll lock up my cars. But I mean,
I can see it in your eyes. This is really like
well, I'm just-
becoming less and less of a thing. You're like, now the more that you're thinking about it, you're like, oh
as
no,
long
that's
as
not
you've
gonna.
never been convicted of a major felony, sure, it's cool. And even if as long as it's a felony here, like if you were convicted of sodomy in Uganda,
It is
can
a
still-
sickness. It is a sickness.
You can come.
They
I'll,
eat the
I'll
poo-poo.
handle you.
It is a sickness.
That's another great video on YouTube. You should watch it.
uh,
We don't disparage homosexuals, but the way that he disparages homosexuals, the way he describes the act of
that
yeah,
is
we got to be careful. Now we're getting back into poop and stuff. That's what made our first video go downhill.
well, that was only the first 5 minutes, man.
Yeah, I know.
Anyways, but we'll go like 35. Don't worry about it. I'll look at the
Okay.
time. You don't need to look at the time.
I'm just-
Hey,
I'm-
hey, look at me.
We didn't really cover any
Look
major
at me.
topics today. Our
Look at
time,
me.
Our timestamps are gonna be weird
Look at me.
because it's gonna be like random crap all the way up until 30 minutes.
I am the timekeeper now.
um
That's what we just did.
we need to we can cover like one more social issue and then I want to talk about Universal because I have something to say. So-
why don't we just talk? I
I'll
don't
do
care.
Universal first.
We don't even have to do. We haven't made any light or any revelations about any social topic
No.
today.
No.
We're not Gandhi. Okay, this
Could
isn't.
be.
No,
What if we're white Gandhis, and we can like get the robes and stuff and just walk around?
God damn it, Josh.
What if we could?
Anyways, talk about Universal real quick, and then we'll call it a day.
I'm mad at you, Universal executives,
What?
because the price of your hotel rooms has gone crazy. Have you noticed? I mean, I'm sure your dad's talked about it because our families vacation together, but it's crazy. You used to be able to get a room at Royal Pacific for like $150.
How much is now?
The cheapest is like $270 something.
That's expensive.
It is expensive, and that's like in the off season. A regular room like during like actually active season is like over $300, and that's crazy. That's like Disney, the most magical place on earth for the super rich.
Yeah, for the wealthy or large in number, and they get a discount.
Yeah, exactly.
Like all the Venezuelans.
Yeah.
Is that the right word? Venezuela.
South Americans, I think, is safer. We don't want to.
No,
Venezuela doesn't like the US.
no. There were people from Venezuela last time I went. They had it on their shirt. That's a thing. Okay.
But anyways, theme parks are just getting to the point where only the super rich can afford to go, and that's not really fair.
It's not.
No. So if I ever become
Remember the first Jurassic Park where he's like, I want this to be available to everybody. Sure, we'll have a coupon day.
yeah, we'll have a coupon day or something.
Start doing that, Disney
Yeah.
and Universal.
Well, Disney had a thing there for a little while where if you did 10 hours worth of volunteer work with an approved like company,
Mhm.
they would give you a 1-day ticket for free.
Oh, seriously?
They got rid of that though, because too many people did good things.
Too many people are being good. Too many people are being functioning members of society. We can't do this anymore.
So
We're
Disney-
losing money.
Disney couldn't reward.
Disney
them.
couldn't lose money if they even tried.
No.
Did you see? Okay, the movie that came out with Clooney, what was it, Tomorrowland?
Tomorrowland.
Lost millions and millions of dollars, and it didn't hurt them at all.
No.
Like, whatever. That's another thing for another.
Well, it's because
I enjoy going to Disney World, but they're still kind of an evil company.
you realize
And now they own my favorite franchise
Disney's
of all time.
not an evil company. Don't tell the college people, the college recruiters that. Don't say that.
Huh?
Disney college program.
Oh, crap. They might look
Yeah.
at this.
Yep.
Well, I'm not getting in.
Now you've gone too far.
Now I've gone too
I
far.
love Disney, but still, it's kind of expensive. You know it as well as I know it.
Yeah.
Plus, I don't think Disney cares enough to watch 30 minutes into our podcast.
You'd be surprised, man. There's a
Hmm.
They got a tech guy just
Yeah.
like with his headphones
Yeah.
on late at night in the security room listening to our podcast, looking for any mention of Disney. Just like, waiting,
Boom!
waiting. There it is. Don't hire these guys. These guys will make our company look bad.
Yeah. Well, that's like
I can put a smile on my face for days, though.
Oh yeah,
okay,
just
yeah.
fake it.
Just fake it till you make it.
Yeah, fake it till you make it. I love Disney, and Disney. As much as I love Universal, because that's where I've been going for the majority of my life. I've only been to Disney a handful of times, but Universal countless. Disney is definitely more magical than Universal Studios.
But Universal is
It's a fact.
I know it's more magical, but defines magic. I don't care.
Disney's more.
But Universal has more roller coasters, so
Disney hides everything from you.
they do. Well, Universal's starting to do that.
Not as well.
Well,
They
yeah,
pale in comparison.
whatever.
They do have more roller coasters. Well, Disney technically has
Again,
more roller
first
coasters.
world problems. You guys aren't hiding the behind the scenes well enough in your park, and it's
Yeah.
ruining the magic. Please do a better job.
Well, hey, think about it. Kids in Africa can just go out to a safari. We have to get these fake animatronic animals.
Wild Kingdom has Animal Kingdom has real animals.
Yeah, but who goes to Animal Kingdom?
I
The only
like
things to do in
Kingdom.
Animal Kingdom are the safari and Kilimanjaro. I mean, not Kilimanjaro, Everest,
Everest, yeah.
which is one of the
Kilimanjaro.
only real roller
coasters?
coasters in Disney. That, Space Mountain, and Thunder Mountain, and they all
And Thunder Mountain's not.
none of them go upside down. None of them have like the actual roller coaster straps that like have to come down over your shoulders to hold you in. It's all just a lap bar that I could just crawl out of.
Yeah. I went to this will be the last thing we talk about. I went to was it Cedar Point up in
Mhm.
Ohio, and I rode this one roller coaster called the Blue Streak. It just has a lap bar, and it was the roughest thing on earth. And I felt
Was it
like I was
wooden?
going, yeah, and I felt like I was going to fly out. It was just like, and then
Yeah. You held onto that bar for dear life.
seriously,
Is that affiliated with the Six Flags?
no,
franchise?
I don't think so. Whatever. What do I know?
I just
okay?
know there's a big Six Flags in Ohio.
Yeah, there is.
I don't know. It's like Six Flags Adventureland or something. Six
Whatever.
Flags are scary.
those are amusement parks. They're not
Yes.
theme parks.
Oh my gosh. But they like to put the Looney Tunes in and like pretend because
Pretend
Fox or
that they are
yeah,
on level with
Warner
on
Brothers
par
like
with.
loaned that out. They were
Yeah.
like, "Sure, guys."
You can take it.
yeah.
You need it.
But whenever
Just-
Warner Brothers wanted to do something with Harry Potter, who did they go to? They weren't like, "Sure, Six Flags, take it."
like, we got to give these guys we got to give this to somebody who will actually know how to operate it
Yeah,
and
do
how
a theme
to.
park and not kill some kid.
Yeah.
Although, most people who have died in a Six Flags, it was their fault.
Most people who've died in any theme park, it's their fault.
Yeah.
There's clearly signs: do
Yeah.
not jump across this
Don't be
fence.
stupid.
You'll die.
Yeah.
You'll get your head kicked off, which happened.
Yeah.
On that note, on kids' heads getting kicked
Yeah.
off, let's
I think we're good until our next episode, which will be on schedule next Thursday, unless we decide
Hopefully.
to do.
Yeah.
Unless we decide to do a surprise.
well,
special
actually, I'm going to be
topics.
gone next Thursday.
Oh, you will. So
Yeah.
we need to record.
I'm going
one.
to be in California.
We need to
Shout out to
record
my
one.
cousins in California. I do not think you listen to this, and even if you did, doubt you've made it to the 40 minutes
Yeah.
point in this podcast. Anyways, but yeah, I'm gonna be in California. That's gonna be really fun. I'm excited about that. So, we may shoot one Monday, and I'll give it to you to put it up later in the
Yeah.
week, or hell, even on Monday. I don't really
Yeah.
care. No special podcast this week. There's nothing that's come out, nothing we need to talk about review-wise.
Yeah. E3 concluded, but really the only super awesome thing about E3.
Fallout 4, baby. Woo! But yeah, so just expect another one next week, and we will see you then.
I'm Josh.
I am Ethan.
Thanks for listening.
Bye.